And we're live. Oh, so I can hear you.
What do you want me to say?
I'm just going to assume it's working.
Okay. Well, I got it on Facebook. So, all right.
Hi.
This was a good tune.
Oh, I love that song.
Steve Miller, big old jet airliner. Oh, that's right. You don't like them things.
Yeah, That's why the song was so strange to me.
Over there, it's better jet airliner.
Kathy Blau sent me pictures of her driving over the Sunshine Skyway.
Did I see that? Did someone take a picture? Someone took a picture of something. Somebody took a picture of something.
I told her to turn around quickly while she still could.
Well, she was still had a chance, huh?
Well,
Not everybody dies on. Not everybody dies on bridges, buddy.
And I guarantee you I won't. unless the bridge falls on me, I'm on the ground.
Except when that bridge in Maryland went down, you were vindicated, huh? You're like, see, I told you so.
Well, that beautiful, gigantic Sunshine Skyway is there because the original one fell down.
Nah, stop. It didn't fall down.
Yes, it did. It got hit by a boat and fell. That's when they built the new Skyway.
You're just a little too paranoid with some stuff, Listen, so, all right, folks.
Things I can guarantee. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to die with a bridge collapse, and I'm not going to die skydiving. I guarantee it. Or on a roller coaster. I guarantee I will never die that way.
We kind of talk about this because this is funny. Tell this story, Frank. Frank had a good story in the beginning. So
last night, I'm in bed sleeping, about 1:15 in the morning, and I'm just into I fell asleep watching some cheesy
porn
show, cheesy porn, and I wake up because my phone's ringing, but my phone is not ringing real loud. It's kind of like in the distance. It's kind of muffled. So I'm hunting. So I grab the charging cable it's plugged into, and I start pulling on it. And out from right under my dog Oscar's ass comes my phone. And it's my son. So I answer the phone. So in a panicked voice, my son goes, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "What do you mean, am I okay? I was sound asleep. You just woke me up." He goes, "No." He goes, I thought you were sending me some kind of code. Because my dog's ass sent 312 thumbs up emojis to my son at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You know what I just thought?
What's that?
Maybe the phone. All right, so you say the phone was near the dog's butt.
The dog's butt was on the face of the phone.
Well, maybe the phone was doing that the whole time to, like
I said, I think he was sending out smoke signals. It was trying to be it's 3 and 9 time.
No, maybe the phone was trying to give him a little 3 and 9 by using his thumb, poking his butt with its thumb.
But I told my son, I said, "You're full of crap." Then I went down and I looked and I scrolled down for like a half hour, 300 thumbs up emojis. He thought I was I thought I was in trouble and I was sending him some kind of code. Listen, at least he called and checked on me. I could have been a test. I was testing him.
Tested the emergency broadcast system.
The emergency thumbcast system.
So, buddy, you got out detecting a couple times this week, and you found stuff.
We went out like 4 days in a row, and we only got. I gotta get my wind back up. I've been locked in here all year, and so we got a park that we love. It's the park that my gigantic tree is in, but it's a whole different section of the park. It's another side of it, and yeah. I got out with the C. Really threw myself into the CTX again. I haven't got to realize, guys. I used that CTX for like 10, 11 years, and then I jumped ship and I did the Manticore, I did the Legend, I was doing the Xterras. So I went back into it, and I got to tell you, you know what they tell you, you don't ever stop learning. And as long as I've been using that machine, I really want to ask Andy Savage about it.
You know what? Everyone's saying you have an echo on Facebook.
I don't know if I really have an echo or if they're hearing this. Let me close this door.
See, I shouldn't have said a word. Now all of a sudden, like he just up and go.
Now.
All right, tell us if the echo goes away on.
Any echo? Because I could actually hear the other computer talking.
Let's get us a mini and get a couple spots.
I can't tell. I don't know. They might say something.
Well, let me know if there's still echo, guys.
So there's a statement right there. Troy Johnson says, "I'm loving the Manticore, but he still loves this."
You know what, guys like Troy that have used the CTX, I want to ask him. So, one of the issues I've had, and got close to the only issue I've ever really had with the CTX, is if you're in a low target area with a lot of hot trash, the CTX throws out so much energy. I mean, it's 28 frequencies. There's so much data going back and forth. It seems to light up the whole ground. And this particular piece of property was very few targets. I didn't pull, other than wheat pennies, I didn't pull a single piece of clad out of this thing. I've got a couple of relatively old relics, a nice old buckle, a nice old tensioner, bunch of wheat pennies out for this one little section. But it's inundated with 1950s pull tabs, ring pulls. And little bits of cancel, and everyone rings like crazy. It's 500 different numbers, and it was driving me a little nuts. So I lowered the sensitivity. That helped. I said I'm going to try the Auto 3, the auto sensitivity. Anybody knows the CTX knows it has an auto sensitivity. So I turned the auto sensitivity on. It was on Auto 3, which is basically when I run auto, I'm on Auto 3 constantly. And it really didn't help. So I cut it down to 2, a little better, cut it down to 1, a little better, cut it down to pure auto, was better. And I hit the button again because in the 13, 14 years I've been using the CTX, I didn't really even know it had a negative auto sensitivity. So I dropped it down to -1, got good. -2, I dropped it down all the way to auto -3. And the weirdest thing happened. So all these pieces of aluminum, can slaw, ring pulls, pull tabs, whatever it was, that were jumping all over the scale, every single piece of those came in at one number. They're all coming in at 1211. Every single one of them was coming in at 1211. And the coins were still coming in at their normal numbers. It cut the chatter down ridiculously. And I know the first thing Steve said, oh, you're losing depth, you're losing that sensitivity. I was pulling target to 10 inches, no problem whatsoever. And it's just a weird thing that it not only decreased its sensitivity and quieted the machine down, but it seemed that all this small aluminum kind of got categorized into one number. And it made life so easy for me out there that I could go through, and the few targets that were there, I wasn't getting merged in with this aluminum screaming all over the place. So I was really
it's interesting to know. I'm wondering if the Auto Plus 3 doesn't.
I'm sure it's supercharging the ground. I'm sure it must
Maybe
be supercharging this target.
maybe it's not taking away.
Hold on, I accidentally hit the cable, so you got muted. There, you're back. I think. Okay.
Was it me or was that you?
I hit my cable and it pixelized the screen. Yeah, well, here's the
I
thing.
don't know.
I think that Auto Plus 3 is in certain grounds, because I've used it, all over the place. But in certain grounds, it may
I
be
mean, I'm gonna have to try.
it
I'm
may
gonna
be
have to try
overkill.
it now that you say that.
It may be
I'm gonna have to
overkill.
try
But
it now.
it got quiet. The targets were still, every target, the relics in the coin, they were all popping, and there was never a question in my mind that it was a piece of aluminum, because they all came in at 12.11 every single time after I dumped it. I dumped it to Auto -3.
So I don't want to really touch this topic, but it appears that Janet Chapman and Jack, I guess they're going to go see Josh Gates. And
Yeah. He asked me if I knew them, and I said, yeah, they're good people. Let them in.
see why I didn't want to go on that subject. And then all of a sudden, I'm having a great show, right? And all of a sudden I see, Michael Baumhoff is watching. Ruined my night. So you know what? I don't know. You said you wanted to. I don't know. Maybe what we'll watch the chat tonight as well as
Yeah,
we
listen.
can.
If you got questions, ask them away. But I forgot it was Monday till about 3:00 when Steve texted me.
I was ready to pull the old Veterans Day card. I'm tired.
I forgot. Yeah, it was
so
Veterans Day. We could have used the holiday.
We don't have to check in on the princess because she was home all weekend.
There you go.
So she's doing good. We had my wife's son got married yesterday, and I don't understand it, but he got married, but he's still living in my house. Not her. She's not here, but I wish someone would explain this to me. How they bought a house, and now they're married, but they're not living together yet. Oh, and this is the funny part. So she says she don't want to move in yet because she wants to spend one more Christmas at home with her mom.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. Her mom lives right next to the house they bought.
I was going to say, can't she go visit her on Christmas?
Well, that's the funny thing, because all she's got to do is walk across the yard. And if she wants to spend Christmas with her mom, well, maybe she could wake up with mom that day and then walk back across the yard. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. But listen, I can't wait till he's out. Can't wait till he's out, because I want to. I know it's dumb, and I really do like sleeping in the basement. But then what I got to do is, once he move out, I got to redo them rooms, clean the rug.
I thought that was going to be my suite when I come visit.
Well, then we will. We'll have it. And finally, I'll have a spare. I want to have a spare bedroom for when people come over. So we'll turn it into a spare room, and maybe my little office, or maybe I could build ugly boxes in there. And that, but I just they've been here 11 years.
So I know, right?
Oh.
So here a question popped up. Ian Aiken, has anyone had a great experience with the 117 update with the Legend? Here's the problem, guys. When especially with Nocta and the way that the world of Facebook is right now, this update's only a month old. You have to wait till all the haters settle down. Nobody, I got guys that are saying they love it. Guys that say, oh, 117, yeah, my flashlight doesn't work ever since I installed it. let us settle down. Let the guys who really use the machine get out there and use the machine and tell you what they're seeing different with the update. Because you can't go on the pages, especially the note pages. You can't go on those pages and ask the question because the haters are going to attack you. So, and it has become a pain in the rear end to even try and go on there with any kind of expertise and give an explanation for it.
So Matt Kwiatkowski says he needs a place to sleep too. Listen, the only one that's getting in my house is Joni. Listen, he can sleep out in the driveway. And I am not listening to him.
We're still trying to figure out which one of you two stuck the pen down my toilet.
Oh yeah, that too. Listen, I didn't want to say anything, but he kind of told me it was him. I'm just, you know what? I don't really want to be a rat, but
he told me he was in there writing a novel. I believed him.
Writing a novel. I think you were in there signing autographs to all your fans.
Dude, I got to tell you, I'm sure it was sitting on the back of the toilet for whatever reason, but
yeah, for whatever reason, I told you.
It started flushing slow. Then it was flushing. Then it was like 3 flushes and a plunge. So I had 3 different snakes. I went down the toilet with a 3-foot snake. I went down the toilet with a 15-foot snake. I went up into the vent with a 15-foot snake, and then we did the vent with a 25-foot snake. Yeah, and it got worse. Didn't get any better.
Probably went right past the snake. You probably,
Well, that's the thing. You got pushed aside. So finally, we ripped it out. I put my brand new little snake cam in it, which, by the way, is for sale cheap now. If anybody wants a snake cam. I put the little snake cam in, and we saw the pen. So we're trying everything. You get in there. We're trying screwdrivers. Maybe we can break the pen. We can't get the pen. So I said, I'm going to turn it upside down and try and go in there with one of those little engine claws where you drop the nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
Then once I turned it upside down, couldn't see it anymore. So I flipped it back over. I'm all pissed off. And then Celeste walks out. She goes, "Oh, you got it." I said, "What do you mean I got it?" She goes, "It's sitting right in the toilet bowl now." So it fell out when I flipped it over. So I washed it real good. I'm waiting for Matt to ask me for a pen next time he comes.
I think I know what happened. He was writing for a good time. Call Matt.
Yeah, he was trying to write on my walls.
Yeah.
So so now it flushes like a champ, man. It flushes like a champ.
You know what? I couldn't sleep worrying about that. Oh, so what? Now Baumhoff comes over into YouTube to stalk me.
Oh man! So did you get out? You were away all weekend. Did you get detecting it all this weekend?
No, I didn't get out at all.
Look, there's my standing liberty. Look at that.
Lot of good reviews on Dig It Dude. A lot of people have been posting. Listen,
it looked like a great event, man. It did. It really
I don't know. I don't know if you noticed this, but what Baumhoff says, I probably clogged it after an all-you-can-eat buffet of what, pen? You get some blue ink, some black ink.
They had a pen appetizer.
So a lot of things were found on that farm.
That's a nice piece of property right there.
Yeah, I think so. And I think if some of that stuff gets tilled or whatever the hell you call it.
Oh yeah, listen. You're talking to the only idiot that actually did a college paper on how relics rotate up and down in a farm field. And you can have 10 people digging that farm field every year for 5 years, and it takes that long, 4 to 5 years for it to rotate up and down.
And what kind of grade?
Go down 24 inches.
What kind of grade did you get on this masterpiece?
Believe it or not, I got an A.
In other words, they didn't read it.
Well, listen.
In other words, if you turn something in,
it's for an archaeology department. They're not. Oh, somebody did a paper. They're so happy.
This idiot wrote what? Oh, I got to give him an A for this.
Oh man, we had a large plumbing company donate sondies these wireless transmitters. We buried them. We would go back. We'd go back every like third week, and we measure where they are, how they change. And like, it was way more detailed than it really truly had to be.
So Roger King says, I'll miss my son. No, I won't. It's not. First off, he's my wife's son. Good kid. And the grandkid, the two grandsons are with him. But no, I'm not missing them.
They can visit.
You see how crowded this house is with all these people.
Yeah, listen. Sometimes you just need a little bit of elbow room.
And then I got this damn cat.
Wait, Lily didn't take the cat to school?
Oh, no. She can't. She's in a dorm. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And I'm ready to rocket ship that cat. No, the cat don't bother me. But the cat's up at night and I hear it thumping around. But of course, now we got to take care of her cat while she's going. Why? How is that? She was such a doll at the wedding. You saw the picture.
Yeah.
She's just a happy kid. She had a good time.
Tonight was Ugly Box giveaway night.
It was?
Well, it still is, but the Ugly Box I had built for tonight had to get shipped out to a dealer. So
hold on, wait. Janet Chapman wants all my kids to move in her house.
There you go.
There we go. Listen, I'll send you my wife's daughter because she's 40 years old and she's never leaving here. Frank, on the 3030, what is your take on some of Andy Savage's programs? I used one of his beach modes, but I feel I passing something good.
So here's the deal with and bar none, guys. If you've never picked up a book on a metal detector, Andy Savage's books are the books to get. There is no one that is more thorough and more detailed. And in my opinion, Andy is the go-to expert on the CTX 3030. But here's the problem. Here's the problem with not only using Andy's programs but using my programs. I don't do it. I don't use a program. So I think I had a gold program Andy wrote on mine. I have my program that I kind of wrote for the beach. But on the CTX 3030, if you install a program, you have an A and B option on that particular program. So the one option uses the discrimination, uses what your settings are, and if you hit the B program, it opens up the screen. You have no discrimination, you have no anything. The only thing you have is the tones that you set up.
And we've always used the open screen.
And that's the thing, guys. That's the thing with the CTX. And again, I'm not comparing it to the Manticore or the Legend or anything else. But I wrote a program for the CTX. Basically, my good numbers and over 10 years of using it. And I don't use it. I use the tones I set up for, and that's it. And the nice thing about having a 28 frequency machine, it by virtue of the number of frequencies, on top of everything else, by virtue of the number of frequencies, it wants to be quiet all the time. I don't change it. I go to the beach with the same setup. I go to the dirt with the same setup. But if you're looking to discriminate out stuff, if you're in a really trashy area and you want to discriminate out stuff, but absolutely, Andy's programs are the best programs. He's done more research, has done more boot camps on that damn machine than anyone. And that's why to this day, I'll go to him with a question about the CTX 3030, and I'm in my 13th year using the thing. But it's nice. It was so nice to get back and using it. The other machines kind of raise my blood pressure. The CTX lowers my blood pressure, just because I know the damn thing so well. I like using it. But other newer machines, they do see a little smaller than the CTX. There's no doubt about it.
So here's something I don't understand.
Okay.
Robert Dix is saying after using the Knox 600 for a year and not using the CTX, he wants to try and take your advice on the Auto -3 because he used it last week and everything sounded like crap.
That's the thing. And the thing with the CTX is
wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Wait. It's just like he'd rather use the not like I don't know. There's nothing like using the CTX, man. And if that's not
Wait,
your
he'd rather use the Knox or he'd rather go back
no,
and try the
no,
CTX?
it doesn't say he'd rather use the Knox, but he was using the Knox, and I guess he used the Equinox, and he thought it sounded like crap, which is really odd because usually when you're
I know.
using
We've
the
been talking
Knox,
about this for a couple of weeks, Robert. That I don't understand why, but it's like somebody turned on a light switch, and all of these Knoxes, all of a sudden, we're getting complaints about the chatter and the noise, and
yeah, but
I don't.
he's saying the CTX sounded like crap.
Well, again, it depends on where you're digging. The rule of thumb with any metal detector is that you run your sensitivity as high as you can, as high as the circumstances will allow you. If you're in an area that is really heavily inundated with aluminum, the CTX at high sensitivity, listen, you're going to hear the aluminum. It's a very powerful machine. It heats up that aluminum. You're going to hear chatter. The CTX is no different than any other machine in that you only are going to use the sensitivity that you need.
He was in an iron field.
And again, that's a great test because this had some iron in it, but the biggest problem is it was like a carpet of 1950s pull tabs. And when I dropped it to the -3, it was night and day. I still heard the pull tabs. They all came in at basically the same number. And the other targets, I was still popping 10-inch targets all over the place. And they were clear and loud. But the overall setting of the machine was much quieter, much easier to listen to. Now, normally, you don't have that problem with CTX. I go anywhere at the CTX and it's quiet. But there are those occasions where this hot material is under the surface and the CTX just doesn't see it all.
You know, when there's a lot of iron, it gets a little chatty. But
remember, the CTX 3030 can display two targets, but it can see multiple targets. It sees and rings and IDs multiple targets at the same time. So if you're in that area and the CTX wants to see everything, and it does sometimes, especially if they're hot rocks, hot pull tabs, and things like that. This quieted it right down. I was amazed that I didn't lose that kind of depth. I was still popping targets at pretty good depth.
No, just there's no comparison to a CTX. The only difference between a CTX and a Knox is the weight, but there's no comparison. That the CTX is just I don't know.
That 28 frequency was a class by itself. Yeah, do I wish it had a faster processor like the new ones? Sure, I do. But again, the other thing.
Who's freezing up, me or him?
Oh, we went blank. The whole screen went blank for a minute. The other thing to consider is that a slower processor takes a little bit. When we say longer time, you're talking milliseconds, but a longer time to cycle. And the longer it's cycling, the deeper that target, that frequency wants to go, the longer it has to saturate the ground. So a slower processor does equal more depth, but a faster processor equals tinier targets deeper. So
are you still making headphones for the CTX?
Yes. CTX headphones are good when we're out of blue headphones. We're out of blue. The Q2 is hopefully we're on track, but hopefully Christmas time the Q2 the new Aquatex will be out.
I was just wondering because they're not.
Yeah, we're still making them, and the diehards are still getting them. We still sell them, and now they sell a component, an add-on for the Excalibur, which allows you to plug in a CTX plug now. So we make a few of those for the Excals that are using the CTX interface.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. That's just asking. That's what.
Yeah, so we will.
You can't go wrong. Honestly, you can't go wrong putting Aquatex. Listen, I don't want to hear the controversy. I don't want to hear the bullshit. I don't want people to this and complain about this and that. All I know is what I'm saying is, Aquatex were put on all my machines I've had them on the CTX for however I don't even know how long I've had them now.
The CTX was the first one, so we did the CTX before we did anything else.
You were still living in Jersey too. I mean, you know.
When I moved here, we were in year 3.
Because I remember, So, well, the thing was, I was at one point I was giving all my headphones away because we were going places, and people needed a pair for their machine, and you're like, Steve, give me yours. I'll get another pair to you. So, my pairs rotated around, but they have been on my machines, and I have not had a single problem with. And listen, I would tell people because my job was to break those things.
Listen, you realize that. Well, first of all, the same thing I tell everybody. There is no. They may look the same shape as other headphones. There is nothing, and call me out on this if I'm lying. There's nothing inside these headphones that are the same as any headphone you've ever used before for metal detectors. It's a completely different system. It's capable of ridiculous volume of separation, and
but I'm just saying
and the new ones are going to be a little bit better.
And I'm just saying though that they're holding up to my abuse.
Well, you figure about 1,000 pairs, and literally on one hand, maybe 6 pairs that I ever had to have come back. And I can tell you right now that one of those pairs was chewed up by Matt Kwiatkowski's dog.
Well, listen, I mean, how well do you expect something to hold up if the dog's chewing on it, or you step on it,
or you drop a spare tire on top of it?
I think in all reality, you've only had very few pairs come back for I guess I'll say an integrity problem, or
we've had
an internal problem.
Less than 10 pair come back, and there has only been 2, maybe 3 off the top of my head that actually had a fault in it. Whether it was a bad cable, which I can't control, or whether it was a bad driver, which they get tested.
You're going to make them for the Vortex?
Here's the thing with the Vortex. It depends on if Garrett gives me the diagram, gives me permission to have them made. Yeah, it's a new proprietary connector, and unless they allow an aftermarket company to make it, listen, it took a while to get the old Garrett connector. I gotta tell you.
Prioritize yourself.
Well, it's not me. They have to say yes to it. And I would love to do it. I'm still
I'm sick and tired of getting permission. Do it.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, listen,
I would love to. I got
to tell you something. Listen, I got to tell you something. If you guys are not on the Spanish Main Antiques Facebook page, you need to be, and you need to get there soon. I saw somewhere, and he's going to be having a nice big announcement that I think a lot of people are going to be interested in. That's all I can really say about that. But keep an eye on Spanish Main Antiques if it hasn't already been put out there. There's some teasers out there and everything else. And cool. I know a friend of mine is going down to St. Augustine next week. I think one of these. I don't know. I'll find out. He's going down one of these weekends, and he's going to drop in and see Mark Anthony. So all I can say is, I want him to, he wants to break the big news. He's got some big news, and it's interesting. So tomorrow will be the announcement. So that's what Mark's saying on Facebook. So, and I guess we see it on the Spanish Main Antiques page. So there's something neat out there that would be really cool. And no, it's not him. He's going to take me out diving on shipwrecks because.
You could go diving on shipwrecks if you didn't have to go on a boat.
Right. I could do it if I don't go on a boat. I don't know. Is there any news out there about any shipwrecks in Florida and stuff? That nothing's happening out there, huh?
No, there's no shipwrecks down here.
Well, I mean, like anybody finding anything or any,
Well, I think you're just out of the dive season now, and you're right. I didn't see a lot of that stuff being posted as we have in the past.
Yeah. Especially since the storms blew through. I mean, there was some good storms blowing through.
Yeah, they wreaked havoc on our beaches. Unfortunately, they
You,
wreaked havoc by dumping sand on them.
Marla wants to know if you get on boats.
Me? I
Yeah.
have no problem getting on boats.
Really?
Yeah, none whatsoever.
Because you're scared shitless of everything else.
Here's my list. I don't do roller coasters. I don't do big bridges. I don't. This stuff that runs along the water in Florida. That's nothing. That's a walking path. Big bridges. I don't do roller coasters. I won't bungee jump. I won't jump out of an airplane.
And you don't like planes.
Do I love them? Do I go to bed at night dreaming about planes? No. If I could avoid flying, I would avoid it, but I fly.
But you'll get on a boat. Would you go on a cruise?
I've been on several cruises.
I think you got hey, will you cross under a bridge on a boat?
I have. No, that's people. And here's the thing: it's not the height that bothers me. It's the approach. If like for give you an example, in Philadelphia, there's two bridges I went over all the time. One was the Ben Franklin, one was the Walt Whitman.
Yeah, but not the Delaware Memorial.
As you approach the Ben Franklin, it's kind of big, but it's also got gates. It's a wide bridge. It's got railing on the side. I go over the Ben Franklin. I have no issue. The Walt Whitman, it doesn't have that walking path. It doesn't have those big gates. I go over it. I don't like it. The Delaware Memorial, I'll swim across before I go back over that bridge.
The Walt Whitman is pretty wide.
Yeah, the Walt Whitman I'll do, but I can do the Ben Franklin without any problem.
What about the Tacony Palmyra Bridge?
I feel about that the way I feel about the what's the other one? What the hell's the other one? Delaware, near Delaware.
Listen, the Tacony Palmyra Bridge, man. I used to ride it on a motorcycle, and there was no pavement. It was like
Commodore Barry. That's the other one.
Oh yeah. No, the Tacony Palmyra is a little rickety one. It's
the Tacony Palmyra. As you approach it, they got logs across it that you drive and ropes that hang the bridge up. It's bridge is.
The metal grate, it turns into metal grate at some point, and your tire on the motorcycle just went back and forth. Like, yeah, that's a crazy bridge.
I don't like the Tacony Palmyra because it's a shitty bridge.
Well, that's what I mean. That's the one, dude. Listen, I gotta tell you something. That's the one that could fall over anytime.
Yeah, that's a different story. Even the Commodore Barry, surprisingly, I don't have much of a problem going over the Commodore Barry.
Wait till you hear this one. Mark wants to do a show from a salvage boat, and I can film from the beach. That ain't happening. Man, that is so wrong.
Maybe a really, really big dinghy so you don't know you're on a boat. You won't even go on a cruise ship. You don't even know you're on a boat.
It's what everyone says. I
wish.
But
it's the truth. You don't even know you're on a boat.
You
could be on a cruise ship for 6 weeks and never have to go out and look at the ocean. You could be...
And I get sick standing in the ocean. So
yeah, I hear you.
Who's going to announce something soon? Spanish Main Antiques. So you need to be on the Spanish Main Antiques Facebook page. And tomorrow, he's going to make an announcement. Remind me tomorrow, dude. I got it. Dude, it's a good one. So you can't go wrong with Spanish Main Antiques, man. That guy, like I said, did I say who was going down? I don't know if I should
say who was going down.
I don't know. I'll tell you off the air who's going down. It's someone who's very popular on our page. I'd like to get down there. I gotta get down.
I haven't been across in the last time we were there.
Yeah, it's a shorter
year.
Well, there's Jen Foreman in the chat. She's awesome.
I was just talking with Jen yesterday, day before yesterday.
About me?
Yeah, it was about you. She's very upset. I'll have to. She said you're not adhering to the restraining order.
Yeah, that's true. I don't
So
think I am.
here's a story about Aquatech. So you gave Jen Foreman a pair of Aquatechs at an event.
Yeah.
And that was what, 3 years ago?
Florida? Wait, D. Barry, Florida? At least 3. Yeah.
No, it wasn't D. Barry. You gave it to her at one of the Florida Hunt ones because you reached in and pulled out mine and gave it to her. Now, the reason that mine was separate from everything else is because mine were prototypes. They weren't ready to be sold. They were ones I was just using. So Jen's, after 3 years, they finally failed, and I couldn't believe that it lasted 3 years because literally they weren't supposed to be sold.
We were just handing things to people. I remember one year they were in the truck. I'm like, here. Yeah.
I went in the box. Where's my headphones? Oh, I gave them to Jen. Not those, because they weren't ready to go. But anyway, we took care of Jen, and she's diving with them.
Well, she lied to me. I don't know if she lied. She came over, put her arm around me, and said, "You're really, really cute. I'd love to have it. Here you go."
Oh yeah, she was definitely lying to you then.
And smoke came from her heels, dude. It was like once she had those Aquatechs in her hand, man, she was gone. She's so nice. Where the hell's Porchella been?
I don't know.
I ain't seen him. We need to find out where the hell he is.
He was on in the chat last week.
Was he?
Yeah.
So now he went on that cruise.
I'm trying to look at the chat.
Yeah, well, but bomb off. Are you afraid to go under the bridge? Yeah, he probably is.
I got no problem going under bridges. It's not that.
I know. It was a joke that he said, and I thought it was pretty funny.
I don't get
it. Sometimes every once in a blue moon he says something funny.
Any good colonoscopies coming up?
Well, yes. I'm scheduled for February. Oh yeah. So we will be doing. I want to see if I can broadcast live from my colonoscopy.
God, I'm getting these messages on my screen from Word Blitz, and it's got to be Celeste and Don. We've turned Don went into a Word Blitz junkie, and now he's beating me. So now I got to stop playing
him. I don't play.
I'm going to touch on this, and I'll do it. A couple things I want to make sure I mention tonight. One, Road to Meridian is coming, guys. It is first week of May. Tickets to the Road to Meridian dig.
December or something.
They're going first week of December. The tickets are going on sale. You will be sick of me talking about it once.
I got to admit, I think it's going to be a tough sell for me to get there this year.
Yeah, I told you that shouldn't be that big of a deal.
You
don't have to look for a place to stay.
No, I know, but it's just the airlines are just way too much. I don't think it's going to work.
Drive.
And what? April 1st or May 1st?
May 1st. May 1st, first weekend of May.
Well, you know what? If I can get divorced by then.
Road to Meridian, guys. We're gonna be talking. I got 11 pages of historical data from Greg last week on that area.
Hysterical. Oh, Matt goes, drive there. I can ride with him. No, because then I got to sleep near you. It's not. I don't even want to sleep in the same state.
You got a big truck. You can sleep in the bed.
Yeah. Okay. I don't even want to sleep in the same state with him.
That's one. Two. I tell everybody we're coming around to Christmas. We're going to start having the new headphones coming out. There is going to be a Christmas special, guys, on Ugly Boxes, the accessories, and Aquatex. Right after Black Friday, basically. Maybe the weekend before Thanksgiving. I don't know yet. You will not ever see these prices on these things again. So if you're looking to get it for Christmas, I'm going to try and do it around Black Friday so you have the month. But we are going to unload some, and we're going to have a few because I've been asked about them, and they're a little bit of a pain in the butt to build. But the goofy ugly puck. So I'm gonna build a few of those too.
That's a good. We always know the ugly box, a good present. The Aquatex are good.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna do a big sale this year, and it's not going to be long. It's not going to be the whole month. I'll give you some time, but we've got new dealers coming on, and we're going to blow out some stock, and before we start all kinds of fresh in January 1st.
Good. That'd be cool.
Yep. So you'll see the prices when I post them, but I promise you won't see these prices again unless I have a sale next Christmas. But
I gotta tell you something. I think we're just gonna have to cut the show a little short tonight.
Why? What you got going on?
Nothing. I mean, it's just we're done. I got nothing else.
I know we didn't really plan. Like I said, I didn't even remember it was Monday till about 3:00 in the afternoon.
We don't have to fill an hour every week. Is Butch on tonight?
I'm assuming.
I'd hate to go on there and bash his show. Who else? You know what? We got to get Robert Connect back on this show, dude. And talk
I ask him every time I talk to him.
Well, then how much do you talk to him? Like once every 2 years?
Yeah, but that's still plenty of time. It's plenty of time for him to ponder it. We need a Robert and April Connect show because those guys are
actually.
amazing.
You know what? We need April Connect because she's
a lot of information,
a lot more knowledgeable than he. They are the great, dude. They are the nicest people in the world.
I'm going to hit everybody. Send a PM to Robert and April Connect and tell them that you want them on the show because we need to get them on the show.
You want to talk about restraining orders, man? They're the ones that did all the stuff they had was
only people you can pull up a copper cob and there's literally 12 gazillion different kinds of copper cobs, and April go, oh yeah, that's this one.
I just thought spending time with them was like they're great.
They're awesome.
So, and if we have them on, we're gonna have to block Baumhoff. I don't even see Don went tonight. Do you?
Did I see? Well, I know he sent me a message on Word Blitz, but he must be playing Word Blitz.
Yeah. Well, if we have like from now on,
Ray, hit me up. I'll give you a deal on them. I got a ton of CTX 3030 sets.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. When we start having like respectable guests, we got to keep those guys off. We got to. They can't be coming on here and getting those quality guests. You know what I mean? They should not be able to associate with when we get quality guests. You know.
Yeah, we'll have Barb on. I got a package getting ready to be shipped to Barb now.
A what?
Package.
To who?
Barb.
Oh, Barb.
For the kids' Christmas thing.
Oh, good. Women get better ratings. They have faces for radio. Why do you think I have Frank on? Oh, that's right.
Frank's Anatomy of a Farm Field Paper would have been such a better title than what mine was called. My title was like a novel.
Baumhoff. Have we ever had quality guests? We've had quantity. We've had quantity, yeah. I'm the quantity here, buddy. Never mind. So
And now
that's it.
I gotta do that. I might have to steal that name, Waldo Detective.
That's it. I'm going to bed.
All right, yeah, we didn't really have much to talk about tonight.
And what's next week? What are we doing next week?
Next week.
We don't know, Mike. I still don't know what that coin was I found. I have it. I don't know. Next week, I might not be on next week.
I think next week I'm going to sit here with envelopes, and you're all going to watch me put the delinquent prizes in the envelopes and seal them up and mail them all.
You're going to do a mailing show?
I do a show where I mail off all the prizes.
Licking stamps. What's I going to say? Yeah, I may miss next week. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, okay. Now it is. Now I know who Waldo Detective is. Okay.
Who is it?
My buddy, Drew Greer.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah.
Hi, Drew. All right, cool. I see. So maybe you'll have a show without me. Maybe you won't have one. I don't know. Get a real host next week.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Jen Foreman's coming on the host next week.
Dude, take it all the way. Take it as far as you can, man. She can be the next host. That would be so great. I really did like those few months I was off the show.
Bob Hunt, maybe I'll get my KG and Ringy card. Bob, I'm so chock full of KG and Ringy cards. I'm going to send you a couple of cool gold coins.
Did you see what he did on Facebook? KG.
What, was it deer?
His daughters harvested it, we'll say.
Well, I didn't see that. I was going to ask him because every time he holds up like a 12-pointer, his daughter shot it.
That's what I wrote. I go, they shot it and you just took a picture with it. Yeah. Big old. I guess Kansas deer are pretty big because that son of a gun was huge.
Yes, Bob, these are real gold coins I'm sending you, but if they turn out to be fake, you have to complain to KG and Ringy because that's their coins.
They'll take your complaint anytime too. But yeah, it was a nice deer he found.
It's nice deer he hit with the car.
Actually, somebody else probably hit it, and he ran on the side of the road going, "I'm going to take a picture with that."
But did your PD? So you were in a more urban area, but did your PD have guys like me? There was a couple other of us that we used to drive around during hunting season, and we'd have aprons and all the stuff to break down a deer in the trunk of a police car, and we'd rush to the deer accidents.
No, not in our town.
I took many a trip back to my house and hung a deer during the middle of my shift.
Yeah, you were down there in the farmlands. We weren't.
No, the troopers used to tell the people that hit the deer. The troopers used to tell them that by state law you have to give us the deer.
Oh my God! Ugh. You can have it.
There was a couple of instances. There was almost gunplay involved.
Listen, folks, we're out of here. Thanks for watching. Right? Anything you got? Anything besides thanks for watching?
Thanks for watching.
Dig it.
I know I'm a treat for the eyes. Thanks for watching.
I'm sorry. I'm also tired. I'm gonna fall asleep.
Listen, if we had a topic, it'd be different. We didn't have nothing.
And a lot of times we got nothing. It turns into something. But tonight we got nothing. Turned into
nothing.
Nothing turned into nothing.
Although we did do the KG deer thing a little late because we could have really ran with that for a while. But
yeah, it would have been better if he was here.
I know. That's another annual Christmas time guest we usually have them on.
But then sometimes he's even here and you don't know it. You'll see him pop in.
Yeah, he'll pop in.
All right, listen, thanks everybody. I appreciate it. And
all right, guys. Robert Dix, you want any information on CTX? Hit me up, brother.
You got it. We're out.
We're out. See you later. Wait, I got to go turn off the other thing first.
Yeah, go turn off the other one because that's what we do. Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. Long day for me. Today was a long day. You know why? Because I got home late last night from that wedding. And I didn't get much sleep. I got to sleep like after 11, and that's late. And I usually go to bed about 9. So don't let the
my
bed
sleep either.
bug.
My dog kept sending thumbs up emojis to me.
That's funny. Dude, I would do that again. You should start sending. You should send them tonight and be like, "Oh, it's the dog
I'm
again."
just gonna put him to sleep with his butt on my phone and see what happens.
Yeah. All right, guys. Good night.
I see you guys.
See you. Bye.